The MSI GE66 is an impressive gaming laptop with only some minor issues. Here's why you should consider it. One of the first things you've probably noticed is the RGB light bar running along the front, and this can be controlled through the included SteelSeries software, which is also used to manage the Perky Rgb Lighting on the keyboard. And I had no issues using the keyboard or precision touchpad. I've got the 300Hz option here, and the brightness, color gamut, and response time are all pretty good for a gaming laptop, just nothing too impressive. Unfortunately, there's no G-Sync, but we do have the option of disabling Optimus, which will give us a speed boost in games. And speaking of gaming performance, with the specs I've got in my unit, it's giving me some of the best results I've ever seen from any gaming laptop. Seriously impressive stuff for a machine of this size. I was only seeing better results with more expensive and far thicker options. The 2080 Super Max-Q graphics uses Nvidia's new dynamic boost, so it can get all the way up to 105 watts. Overall, the cooling was decent when you consider the specs inside, especially when you compare it to the Lenovo 7i that I recently covered. The GE66 just runs cooler and hits higher clock speeds, so it performs better. Basically, when under heavy stress test, we can just boost up the fan speed and thermal throttling is completely removed. Granted, the power limit does become the next obstacle, but you enthusiasts can get into the advanced BIOS to enable undervolting, tune the memory timings, and more. CPU performance was decent, but it still gets beaten by far cheaper Ryzen-based options. Inside, we've got the large 99.9 Wh battery down the front, two M.2 slots to the left above it, two memory slots near the middle, and Wi-Fi 6 card on the right. The battery life was excellent for a laptop with these specs, easily one of the best I've ever tested. The build quality was decent, there's only minor chassis flex and screen flex when pushing down hard, owing to the all-metal build. On the left, there's a Kensington lock, USB 3.2 Gen 2 Type-A port, USB 3.2 Gen 2 x 2 Type-C port for up to 20 gigabit transfer speeds, and 3.5mm audio combo jack. On the right, we've got two USB 3.2 Gen 1 Type-A ports and an SD card slot. The rest of the I/O is on the back. From left to right, we've got a mini DisplayPort 1.4 output, USB 3.2 Gen 2 Type-C port with DisplayPort 1.4 support, no Thunderbolt on this machine though, followed by 2.5 gigabit Ethernet, HDMI 2.0 output, and power input. The speakers weren't good, there's just some small holes on the sides for the sound to come out. MSI are using a 1080p camera here rather than the 720p option that most others use, and it's found up the top in the center. Overall, I'm quite impressed with the MSI GE66. There's just not that much to complain about. The gaming performance is excellent, thermals are fine, build quality is decent, and the battery life is impressive. It would have been great to have G-Sync in a more premium option like this, and the response time wasn't that impressive when compared to others. The speakers were bad, but yeah, overall, I think there's still a lot of value on offer here. To show you just how crazy the GE66 is in games, I've tested 21 different titles at all setting levels and also compared it against other laptops so you can see the differences. So check out this video if you want to see the real-world gaming performance. And if you're new to the channel, then make sure you get subscribed for future laptop videos like this one. There's definitely some more interesting laptops on the way, like the new HP Omen 15.